Good evening. It is now 7:30, so I would like to call the Board of Trustees regular meeting for January 8th to order. We'll start off by doing the Pledge of Allegiance. Trustee Robinson, will you please lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So some of you may be wondering why I am leading this meeting, and I'm just going to start it out as a clerk. It is my responsibility if our supervisor is absent, which he is. So I'm looking for a motion to excuse the supervisor.
I will move to excuse the supervisor from tonight's meeting.
Support.
Okay. Can we do that with a voice vote?
Voice vote.
Okay. Everyone? Yeah, would you, yes, all in favor? That's the one.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Thank you. Now, and it's time for us to appoint a pro tem chair for the meeting. So I'm looking for a motion. Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Trustee Miller as Chair Pro Tem.
Support. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Thank you, Trustee Miller.
Thank you. Our next item of business is public comment on agenda and non-agenda items. Each person may use 3 minutes for remarks. If your remarks extend beyond 3 minutes, please provide your comments in writing and they will be distributed to the board. The public comment period is for board to listen to your comments. Please begin your comments with your name and address. And I should add that if you are here with respect to the Consumers Concrete Corporation, that is the subject of a separate public hearing in just a few minutes. Any speakers from the audience here? Seeing none, Mr. Kowalski, do we have any persons on Zoom raising their hands?
Anybody on Zoom that would like to speak to the Township Board, you will have 3 minutes. Please unmute yourselves. Nobody unmuting or raising their hands at this point.
Thank you. We move on to the consent agenda. Clerk Mackey, would you please read the consent agenda?
Yes, I move adoption of the consent agenda consisting of the approval of the payment of bills in the amount of $57,632.20. Additionally, receipt of the check distribution for December of 2023, the checks register for December 2023, the treasurer's report of November of 2023, the fire report for November of 2023, the CABA report of December 2023.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The next item of business is the public hearing on the Consumers Concrete Tax Abatement Request. And so I will open the public hearing at 7:35. And I would like to ask our attorney if there are any comments that she would like to make at this point.
It's my understanding that Mr. Coaches was here explaining this situation to you earlier, and we have Bronwyn Frost. What?
Bronwyn Frost from Southwest Mission Bridge.
She'll spell her last name for us, I'm sure.
And members
of the Consumers Concrete here. I just, it's probably a really good thing that they're willing to invest in Kalamazoo Township, and they've asked to put in almost $22 million worth of improvements, so it's a good thing.
So the floor is open for the public hearing. Are there any members of the public who wish to address this question? Seeing none, Mr. Kowalski, is there any member of the public who would like to address the public hearing on Zoom?
If there's anybody on Zoom that would like to address the public hearing for the consumer's concrete tax abatement, please raise your hand or unmute yourself. Seeing none at this time.
Thank you. I will then close the public hearing at 7:36. We have no old business. Under new business, the first item is the resolution approving the industrial facilities tax exemption for Consumers Concrete Corporation. This is in the packet. The board has had an opportunity to review the resolution. And what is your pleasure?
I would like to move approving the industrial facilities tax exemption for Consumers Concrete Corporation.
Support.
It has been moved and supported to adopt the resolution approving the tax abatement for Consumers Concrete. Is there any discussion? Treasurer Miller.
Thank you. I just want to, again, make sure that this board understands that this approval for the tax exemption is specific to the new building that will be constructed on the property. And it is for 12 years.
Trustee Ludi.
Continuing from the Treasurer Miller's, so my understanding is, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that if there's developments in other portions of this delineated area that we're looking at approving, that would, at that time, those new developments would then reap a benefit that we're setting up right now too? No, okay.
No, this is just specific to this particular building and improvement. While you have the whole district now designed, if somebody were to put in another building, they would have to start the process, but they'd only start from here.
Right.
You wouldn't have to design the whole district.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't say that right. That's what I was thinking mentally, is that then they would be one step forward to move forward on a new application for the new development. Yeah, thank you.
Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, we'll call the question. This is a resolution, so we will have a roll call vote. Trustee Glass.
Aye.
Trustee Ludi.
Aye.
Trustee Robinson.
Aye.
Clerk Mackey.
Aye.
Treasurer Miller.
Aye.
And I am an aye. The resolution is adopted and the exemption is approved. So, thank you very much for bringing that to us. The next item of business is a request to approve the hiring of police officer candidates. I was expecting that perhaps Chief Ergang would be here to present this to us, but he's probably watching a football game right now,
Well,
I would guess. So, we have a motion, we don't have a motion, we have an item on the agenda for hiring police officer candidates who are named in the agenda form before you. What is your pleasure?
I will make a motion to approve the hiring and of the police officer candidates. I'm not even going to attempt most of these last names, as I am sure that I will tear them up really, really bad. So to approve the hiring of Diego, Christopher, and Blair, police officer candidates to the township.
Thank you.
Support.
It has been moved and supported to approve the hiring of the three police officer candidates. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, this can be a voice vote. All those in favor, aye.
aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The next and final item of new business is a request to approve the hiring of Police Officer Brandon Dahl. And this again is submitted by Brian Ergang, our Chief of Police. And what is your pleasure? Okay. Clerk Mackey.
I will make a motion to approve the hiring of Brandon Dahl as a police officer.
Support.
It has been moved and supported to approve the hiring of Brandon Dahl. Is there any discussion? Treasurer Miller.
Thank you. I just want to congratulate our chief as well as his staff for continuing to bring new candidates into schooling as well as promoting into our police department. Thank you for your continued efforts.
Trustee Ludi.
I was just going to say, what little detail I know about Officer Dahl is that he's a veteran. I believe 12 years experience in St. Joe County. Maybe I've got this totally butchered, but he's a veteran that we've attracted. It's a great asset to have on our department. So I look forward to being with the board to approve his hiring.
Anyone else? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have no items removed from the consent agenda, and so we will go directly to board member reports. And Trustee Glass.
Thanks. I usually keep my reports brief, but I did prepare a little something for this evening, just as we are approaching a new year. And so I just wanted to say, as we say goodbye to 2023, we welcome the opportunities of the new year. I extend my heartfelt wishes for a happy new year to all. And it is with deep gratitude that I express my appreciation to the community that has entrusted me with the role of leadership for the past 3 years. I also want to thank you for engaging the board and speaking about what matters to you. You're inspiring. Serving has been an honor, and I am enthusiastic about the positive changes we can collectively achieve in Kalamazoo Township and beyond in 2024. In the spirit of these new beginnings, first, I want to extend my sincere appreciation to Chief Brian Ergang and Chief Jairus Baird for their outstanding leadership in public safety. Your resilience and commitment have been instrumental in propelling us forward and ensuring stability and integrity in two of our most critical services. Despite recent circumstances and things we have had to deal with this year. Or this past year. And I look forward to continued collaboration and problem solving with both of you this year. Furthermore, the entire township staff and the contractors whose unwavering dedication keeps our organization running smoothly. I'd like to personally thank Samantha, Barb, Lisa, V, Monica, for all of the support you have given the board throughout the year. From maintaining our website to digitizing the clerk's office, to guiding employee recognition and wage scales, scheduling meetings, preparing agendas, and training others. Your work for the township is invaluable and critical to our success. To our attorneys, Roxanne, Kurt, Seth, I'm incredibly thankful for your thoughtful guidance and support. We've dealt with a lot this past year, and you guys have been just incredible for us. Looking ahead, I would like to say that I have a few things on my mind for focus this year, areas I hope to put my energy into. One would be infrastructure needs, addressing our pressing need for a long-term facilities plan and supporting Chief Ergang and Chief Baird in ensuring we have adequate space and facilities for all our staff and personnel. Helping the community understand these needs and support efforts to come up with a solution is a top priority for me. In this light, I'd like to thank Representative Rogers and Senator Sean McCann, who for their recent visits to the Township Administration Building in the Eastwood Fire Station. We appreciate them taking the time to see firsthand our pressing space and infrastructure needs. I also like to think more about staff capacity. In addition to supporting the clerk's efforts to strengthen our elections department in preparation for 2024 elections, and all of the new responsibilities it brings, I look forward to doing everything I can to support efforts to ensure we have a full-time finance director. proposing the creation of a dedicated human resources professional position to mediate staff issues and ensure compliance with laws and best practices and foster a positive workplace environment is another major priority for me. Sustainability, upholding our commitment to sustainability, partnering with other municipalities and organizations to take bold action whenever possible in reducing our carbon footprint and renewing our green spaces. I look forward to working further with Trustee Miller to embrace new ideas and innovative efforts around how to make the township more sustainable and environmentally friendly. I look forward to working with all of the trustees on building new economic opportunities through partnerships with local organizations to promote small business growth and capitalize on opportunities like the improved 131 business exchange we are expecting. I also look forward to strengthening relationships in our community through regular meetings with neighborhood associations and creating informal opportunities for two-way conversations on township needs. I look forward to supporting community members such as Rosemary and Tony in building their efforts up in their efforts in building up Eastwood, and folks like Ron and Jim in the ways that we can strengthen Westwood's relationship with the Township Board and other entities. I appreciate getting to know them this year and their total dedication to their neighborhoods. Lastly, I would like to say I remain steadfast in using my leadership position to ensure Kalamazoo Township has a voice at the regional, state, and national levels. Tonight, I brought forth at our work session a discussion item on formally supporting a ceasefire resolution and advocating for this with our federal partners, emphasizing our collective responsibility for the preservation of all human life and advocating for responsible spending of our tax dollars. I believe that impactful change often stems from grassroots efforts, and our collective voice can contribute significantly to shaping a peaceful, supportive environment for all. Our support is paramount in adding strength to a call for a ceasefire, upholding international humanitarian law, and to taking strategic and positive stances for our community and beyond. To my fellow board members, the staff, the volunteers, the community, I thank you for your continued commitment in making Township vibrant, thriving, and welcoming community. Here's to a year filled with shared accomplishments and positive transformations.
Thank you. Trustee Ludi.
Well, thank you. Last week, we saw the swearing in of 5 new police officers. Clerk Mackey did the job and made it all official. It was wonderful. And but we also, at the same time that we gained 5 new individuals, we lost 2 veteran firefighters, Mike Wiedemann and Chad Baker. I wanted to give a public shout out to their incredible dedication over many, many years, decades in total. And then switching to parks, I still would offer anyone who wanted to make a resolution this year to be more involved in their community. One of the most simple acts you could do that would have the biggest impact is volunteering to at least, and it doesn't have to be formal, but in the past we've had a number of volunteers, some who have fallen off because they moved out of the community, but anytime you want to walk a park and just take a bag in your hand, maybe even with another family member, a child, to teach the value of litter, of the disvalue, the lack of value in litter, because that is probably the most common thing I do each month. I probably pick up, each month I pick up a broken bottle, which represents 100 pieces of glass. And if I had left that glass there, there'd be tens of thousands of pieces of glass left there, not to be picked up until we'd have a park of glass. So it's really important that we stay ahead of the litter bugs and promote this. I'm trying to think remember the term, but no, I've lost the term. But it's a subtlety of having a community with litter, what that does to children. And so oftentimes I'll run into people at Wilson and at Stroud Family Park who say, I picked the litter. I said, thank you. You're just our unspoken volunteer, unspoken hero. And I said, but why do you do this? You don't get paid for this. And I said, because I do it for the kids. And that they agree that's what they do it too. They don't want the kids playing in an environment that has somebody else's Chick-fil-A or broken bottles strewn all over the parking lot in the area. So that's really appreciated if someone is interested in litter, in helping us to pick up litter, even if it's just 1 hour a month. That helps a lot. Also wanted to mention that there's a request for proposal that's made public today for mowing and trimming services for code enforcement functions, but also for township parks and other open space areas that the township maintains. So we're soliciting, seeking contractors to bid for bid opening in February. So there's time to check out the sites and see what pricing you may want to offer for bidding. So thank you.
Thank you. I will defer my comments to the end, and I'll call on Trustee Robinson.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I just have a couple of things. In light of the lovely weather that we possibly have coming, I just want to remind people, as I will generally do during this time, be a good neighbor. Think about the sidewalks in front of your house. If you can take care of them, please do so. For those that are on the roads traveling, be mindful of those people that have to walk around and off of the sidewalks and walking in the roadways. There have been quite a few fatalities from, pedestrians that are being hit by vehicles, and it is so avoidable, to say the least. But just be mindful when you're out here driving of the people that are out here walking around. And again, be a good neighbor and do what you can to try and help those that may not be in the position to do so. Also, one other thing that I just wanted to say is, I second a lot of what Trustee Glass had to say about moving into this new year. I hope and I pray that as we move forward, we will find some closure with some things, and we will be able to get a running start on some other things this year. I look forward to that. It's not just something that we need to do, it's totally something that we really have to do at this point in order to be able to move our community forward. So I also want to thank those people that reached out to me. I received quite a few emails. I tried to get back to everyone. I appreciate other voices lending me their voice and letting me know what your thoughts are on things going on in the community, because we represent the people that put us in these places. So we don't know unless you reach out sometimes. And it's not just the one voice, you can sit here and speak for many, but it feels much better when you have people that tell you what their concerns are, their issues are. Then you can use the platform that you have to bring it forward. So I want to thank those that reached out to me over the last few days on all kinds of issues, from homelessness to the resolution that Trustee Glass mentioned, to so many other things. Thank you so much just for taking the time to let us know what your concerns are. Thank you.
Thank you. Clerk Mackey.
Thanks. I'd like to start by saying thank you to the community members who came out and shared their thoughts during our work session tonight. We really appreciate having you attend our meetings and share your thoughts on a variety of subjects, including the resolution that was discussed tonight. Another thing I'd like to mention is that the presidential primary election is on February 27th. And we are going to be hiring election inspectors to work in that election, as well as we don't know yet if there'll be a May election, but there will definitely be an August election and an election in November. So we're actively hiring for these 2024 elections. If anyone is interested, they can reach out to me at clerk@ktwp.org. They can also call our offices here at 381-8080. And then lastly, I also wanted to mention I'm the board member who serves on the CCTA committee for the Metro Transit. And we on this board and the KCTA passed an item today, which was a long time coming. Back in 2023, we had a comprehensive operational analysis done recommending the addition of a microtransit service in order to help residents in lower density suburban areas reach key activity centers and connect with the Metro fixed route network. So Foursquare, which was the consultant who conducted the COA, said that microtransit would provide an affordable local mobility option that incentivizes short trips and connections to fixed route services for longer trips. So as a result of the study's recommendation, the Board of Directors charged Metro staff with creating a microtransit pilot program. There's been various steps that have happened along the way, but now today we had a recommendation from the Performance Monitoring Committee and staff at Metro that recommended that the Central County Transportation Authority and the Kalamazoo County Transportation Authority award the microtransit contract to River North for microtransit services not to exceed $3,340,000 to begin upon contract execution through December 31st of 2025, and to authorize the executive director to execute all documents relating to this action on behalf of Metro. So this passed today unanimously, and I think it's a really exciting thing for our community to have more transportation options. So I just wanted to share that with all of you. I'm sure you'll be hearing more about it. So thank you.
Thank you. Treasurer Miller.
Thank you. I sit on the Kalamazoo Area Transportation Study Board, and I was very excited this past month. Both the technical and the policy committee passed the resolution for the 131 business loop to be open for south entrance and south exit. So that is going to impact Kalamazoo Township greatly by opening that business loop, making it easy to access downtown Kalamazoo. So I thank you. I thank our representatives in the state for securing the money that was necessary to get this project on the books. And it is on the fast track to be began in 2025 and hopefully to finish in 2026. So that is going to open up things crazy big. And it's been something that's been discussed for 50 years. So on and off boards. So thank you for all the work that went into that. I also want to thank Consumers Concrete for investing in Kalamazoo Township. That again, opening up that area for an industrial facility is hopefully sending a message to anyone else that Kalamazoo Township is ready to work with businesses to come in, help our economic development, especially in Eastwood. That is one of my big heartfelt areas, really bringing that up to date as well. And thank you for the board for approving the resolution for the tax exemption. And of course, thank you for all the people who did come in support of the resolution that Trustee Glass brought forward. I think it's very important that we do talk about things like this, because it doesn't just affect across the world, but also here in our own communities. We heard it from residents of the township this evening, how important this is. So thank you.
Thank you. I had a list of about 6 items to speak about, a year-end sort of things, and as I mentally ticked them off because I had them in my mind, Trustee Glass addressed all of them, in addition to some other things as well that I had not thought of, but I certainly appreciate your comments, and I'll just say ditto. And then, with respect to the Gaza resolution, I, for my part, commit to continue to wrestle with this issue and what, if any, our response should be. Deliberation does not necessarily end when we leave the boardroom. And I want to, we've heard many opinions here tonight. I'm just saying that, for my part, I want to remain open to all the arguments on all sides that I heard. With that, I will call on our attorney for a report.
I visited your brand-new courthouse today. We had a couple of hearings. It's a beautiful building. There is very, very limited parking. If anybody has to go over there, it may be time to get an Uber like I did. I happen to be a retired pastor, so it was cheap. But it's very, very difficult to get parking over there. But the building otherwise is very, very friendly in terms of getting in and out and moving around in it. So it's going to be great. I think there's still some kinks to work out.
Thank you. This is a second opportunity for public comment. Once again, you have 3 minutes. The same rules apply as before. And so I'll call on any members of the public who wish to comment.
I would love to make a public comment if I could. For the record, my name is Bronwyn Drost, and I am a Kalamazoo Township resident. So I just wanted to thank you all for your continued investment in our community and for being, I haven't sat through one of these meetings probably for a few years now, and I'm just thrilled to hear how much all of you are invested in the vitality of Kalamazoo Township and the surrounding areas. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Connie Butler. I live on Malvern. And I know you guys are going into closed door session after this is over with. And I just hope, seriously, that you guys resolve these issues. They've gone on way too long. They need to be off your plate so you can deal with other items. And we're personally sick to death of paying for Dexter Mitchell while he's doing nothing. It's a draw on our tight budget that you guys keep referring to, that we've got tight money issues. Well, resolve these issues, get them over with so you can move on to other items. Thank you.
Thank you. With that, our next item is a request to go into closed session. And for the members of the public who are still present, once we have finished our closed session, we'll be coming out of closed session only to adjourn the meeting. There will be no further business after that. And so at this point, I believe that Clerk Mackey has the motion prepared.
Yes, thank you. I move to enter into closed session pursuant to, can't read that, to Section 8. Yeah, Section 8H of the Open Meetings Act to consider an attorney-client privileged communication.
Is there a second to the motion?
Support.
It has been moved and seconded to enter closed session. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. We are in closed session. Thank you for coming tonight, members of the public, and we will close the doors.
This will be the end of the Zoom. They will not be coming back after this session on Zoom.
should have done that for you, sorry.
Connie, just so you know, Michigan is up 7-0.
Yes, they are.
I gotta remember.
7-0 right now.
you know that.
Washington has the ball. Hey, look, hey.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I figured I would send you off, on a good note there.
Both you and Don have to sign them.
Okay, Don needs to sign it too.
Yeah, and I had Adrian sign it, and I notarized her, actually. Yeah, because it's both of you. So Clara
Okay.
can't help with that. But you can sign.
Wait, what about the signed in the presence
Well,
of?
that's a witness, you just write a name on it.
Okay.
Yeah, but we got to do it all together with Don. If you want to sign this and date it. and then-
Today?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then sign this and have Clara do your notary.
Okay.
It seems kind of paperwork heavy to me, but I didn't do it, so.
And no, I did not put the game
On
on, I
this.
just pinned